What's going on, my Flyby family? It's your boy Izzy. Welcome if you're new. So we got a lot of talk about Jimmy Butler going around on ESPN, man. They're looking to trade him. And he already has some teams that he's looking to go to. We're about to get all the way into it. But before we do that, y'all make sure you hit the thumbs up for your boy if you like the content. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit 200. So if y'all can help me out with that, I highly appreciate it. And don't forget to get in the comment section and let me know what y'all think about this. Let's get it.
Shams is here with us now. Shams, let's start in Miami, if we could, where Jimmy Butler has been a question mark all season long. How are the Heat looking at Butler's future?
Malika, sources tell me the Heat are open to listening to offers for Jimmy Butler, and Butler prefers a win-now contender in any trade. It's been also communicated by Butler's agent, I'm told, that he would be open to a couple of the Texas teams, the Dallas Mavericks, the Houston Rockets, as well as the Golden State Warriors. Now, what makes this tricky is that he's under contract for $49 million this season, and he's got a $52 million player option for next season. And teams have already been informed that he intends to decline that option and test free agency in the offseason. So that's why, if you're the Heat, have to explore and see what's out there for Jimmy Butler, who could leave as a free agent. And from Butler's perspective, with no extension in Miami, what are your options in the marketplace? And for his part, by all accounts, Butler has been professional. He's been productive on the court, as he usually is. This is an active situation we will be monitoring imminently and pretty much until the trade deadline.
Okay, very, very interesting. You mentioned a couple of teams.
All right, before they give their input and all that, like, you're going to have to give up some heavy pieces to get you. So I don't think going to Houston will work out. And then plus, you know, I like the growth in Houston. I don't think they need to do anything to puncture the holes in that life that's going on in Houston. The trajectory of their success and how better they're getting, I don't think they need to input Jimmy Butler there and mess up the whole rhythm with that team. I don't think that's a good fit. He also said the Mavericks. I mean, even with the Mavericks, who can you give up to, like, make it make sense when getting a Jimmy Butler? I think that will probably be one of the best fits, either there or the Warriors. I think those will be the two best spots for him. But it's like, who do you give up? You're going to have to lose Kyrie if you go to the Mavericks. With a player like Jimmy Butler, it's hard to imagine how well he will fit on the team. And then not only that, how can you get him without destroying your team? It's just, it's a tough situation, man. I think Jimmy does need that player that's better than him in a certain extent. And he'd be the second option. I think Jimmy as a second option, you can get something done, which is why I feel like if you go to the Warriors or the Mavericks, he possibly could help that team get to a championship. But it's just getting you is going to be tough. And you want to be a win-now ready team. I don't think going to any of these teams, they're going to be able to be win ready if you're getting rid of so many pieces just to get you. So I just don't know, man. Jimmy Butler is a tricky player to get and trade for.
Here, but one was the Houston Rockets, right? Shams Perk, you've said multiple times you think Jimmy Butler should be traded this season. But how do you feel about his fit with the Rockets here?
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I think the Rockets got something really, really good going. They have their foundation. They have their two franchise guys, players in Şengün and Jalen Green that they're going to build around. And they have some nice pieces. You have Amen Thompson and you have Easton coming off the bench. I'm not really, leveraging all that for a guy like Jimmy Butler. I'm sorry. It's just I would stand pat if I'm the Houston Rockets. I just think Jimmy Butler to the Rockets don't really move the needle for me and don't necessarily put them as title contenders.
From Texas to Texas, or should I say Houston to Houston, for me to Perk, I like it. I don't love it, okay? And the reason why I like it is because now Houston, we can say that we are in the conversation of contenders because he's looking for a contender, and maybe that's what Houston is. But other than that, I don't think it's a necessity for the Rockets right now. They're already, if you say like, okay, Jimmy Butler, what does he bring to a contender? It's the fact that he puts you over the edge to win games you normally shouldn't. They're right now 8-6 in clutch time. They have a winning record in clutch time, which is great. Also, they're the second youngest team in the West according to playing time. So I kind of like the young core that they're building, and I'm not sure if we should go all in for this situation right now. So I would say it. We good.
But aren't you just curious, just curious, Shanae, just to see how it would look, to see what the deal would be? Let's just, Bobby, just for giggles here, can you just explain what a deal for Jimmy would look like?
Shanae, what happens if we don't have to touch the young core?
Oh.
Let's look at a little bit about Houston right now. And I think the Rockets actually, out of all the teams that Shams mentioned, I think there's a pathway to do a Jimmy Butler deal without touching any of the young players. Remember, when you look at it, Butler's at $49 million, so we have to get close to that number. It's going to start with Dillon Brooks. So if you're willing to sacrifice Dillon Brooks, okay, and not any of your younger players, here's how you can potentially get a deal. You're looking at players like Jock Landale, Jason Tate, right here.
Maybe.
Get him, yep. And then even a player like Aaron Holiday, just to...
Third time's a charm, Bobby, clearly.
There you go. And then certainly when we're looking at draft picks, we can add draft picks here. But when you look at it, that works here. So it's a 4-for-1 type trade where really Dillon Brooks is your main player that's going out, and all your young players can stay there.
Fam, if you think Pat Riley is about to take Brooks and a bunch of bench warmers, no disrespect to those fellas because you made it to the NBA, that means you are more skillful than the majority of the world, you out of your damn mind. I guess we can stay on the West Coast because he wants to compete for a championship. So he don't necessarily have to worry about Boston and everybody on the East because the East is getting a little beefed up, which is why it makes sense that the Heat finally said, hey, we need to do something with Butler, right? Because the team that they have is just not going to work anymore. It's not going to work. It did look good, him playing hero ball and stuff. It was fun to watch, but he needs some help, and the Heat just need to restructure their whole team. So it's good to see that they do want to make a change because the East is getting beefier, man. The East is getting tough, okay? Y'all let me know how y'all feel about Butler maybe going to the Houston Rockets, or do y'all feel like the other two options are better for him? Let me know in the comment section. I love y'all. Y'all keep it smooth.